Welcome, lords and ladies, kings and queens, my noble court, to the Cosmic Archive, a living legendarium, a million worlds. I am Lord Master Jonas, your humble scribe and archivist, and curator of this fine establishment. Today, I'm going to be looking at this video. This is the second in the recording session. This video is called Making Dreams Together, along with Penguin CJP, Right Labs, and two others. I believe one of the other guys, yes, Fun with Phoenix, that's who I'm thinking of. Little Dev. I don't know who Little Dev is. And look at their channel real quick. Oh, that's just a picture? I meant like show me the channel, bro. Little Dev definitely looks like another AI music video creator. Kind of looks like it's maybe Little Dev AIL. Okay. Little Devale. Okay. I like that actually. That's very cute. Okay, so, and Fun with Phoenix, whoops, go back here so we're on the right thing. Fun with Phoenix will open in a new tab as well. I looked at his channel before when we watched Play Astronomical. He has this video here, We Don't Care, which is, it actually looks like Play Astronomical is part of that, as is Grumpy Whiskers. So these two, Penguin CJP, who we're about to watch a video on, and Fun with Phoenix 727, they work together on a trilogy of videos. We Don't Care is the second. The first one is called Mavericks Detected. We're reacting to the third one, the most recent one. There's a reason for that, and I'll get to it in a moment. I will be going back to watch the other two because I want the context. But Penguin CJP, at least, is a huge Mega Man fan. If you look at his channel, that's all you need to see. I could, in fact, just show you, like I did with everything else. If you look at his channel, go through his videos, it's Pokemon, Mega Man, Pokemon, Mega Man, Pokemon, Mega Man, all the way down. Tons and tons of Mega Man stuff. It makes sense that his first AI music video would be called something like Mavericks Detected. Platoon in the middle of it. Okay. So, I imagine that's probably more recent, his Mavericks Detected video. Yeah, here we go. Skybros style, Mavericks Detected. So that's the first video there. So I'll probably watch that next week. But he's a huge Mega Man fan. It looks like he's got a lot of videos kind of breaking down Mega Man stuff and comparing it. I will have to check that out at some point to see, because I've been a Mega Man fan in the past, but for some reason we got Shigaraki on this one. But I never really went through all the Mega Man games. That might be a thing for me to do on the channel at some point to get all the lore. I know they're kind of all connected. I think they all share the same timeline. I'm sure Penguin can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But enough yapping. Let's get to reacting. We're going to do, as we always do, we'll do a minimal react and a maximal react. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry, but you won't get the minimal react. The YouTube does not like a non-pause reaction. Yes, I know I can technically just pause it a few times and probably get away with it, but I like viewing the piece as its own whole thing, because I think there's an appreciation you can get from the piece by picking it apart piece by piece, but there's a different appreciation you can get from the piece by just letting it run and seeing the whole piece as it is. And you don't get that if you pause it a bunch. So I want both of those experiences for myself, and ideally I want both of those experiences for you, my audience. So if you watch this on X, I'll post it on X. If you watch this on X, or if you watch it on Rumble, I will also be posting it on Rumble. You'll get both experiences. But if you're on YouTube, it doesn't like me doing an unpause react, so I will not be able to put that part in the YouTube video. All right, start with a minimal react. I like that. So it's telling a story. We're definitely going to have to view the first two so we can get what happened before. This video starts, looks like after a battle with the rainbow guy, the rainbow pig guy. So I'm guessing we'll see how he ended up broken on the wall if we watch the previous one. First impressions, this is an interesting, I've been seeing this more now. Leaflet does it as well, where there's some talking before and after the music part, where kind of are getting the lead up to what the story is. Now, I didn't talk about it before, but a bit of the IRL lore behind this video, I don't know the full extent. I know this is the third in the series. I don't know if you noticed in the really quick cameos near the end there, but I'm one of the cameos. And the lore behind that is that when I reacted to Play Astronomical, I mentioned CJP and Fun with Phoenix when I saw them. Didn't know who they were. That's actually, fun fact, Penguin, if you watch this, that is the first time I ever pulled someone else's channel up to see who they were. And I'm doing that more often now because of how that ended up helping you guys. So So the result of me doing that was that Penny Bloomfield learned about them because she saw me pull up their pages in that video. And then that kind of got them pushed out into more people's awareness in the general Skybros community. And so that's one of the reasons that I'm doing that now. I'm grabbing people's, when I did all this and I went and looked at the pages, because that's the first time I'd ever done that. I remember thinking to myself, I could probably just pull this up and find out what it is instead of sitting here and going, oh, I don't know who that is, which is what I did before. I'm trying to evolve my own work to be better and to better cite the sources, I suppose, of what I'm looking at and what I'm saying. So he ended up asking if he could put me in as a cameo, which I absolutely had no issue with. So that's why we're reacting to this one first, is because it's the one I have a cameo in and Penguin told me about it. So I will have to react to the other two so we can get the story. And I can't wait to see what the one red eye bad guy cloak dude has next for you. A couple of things I pulled out of that video was there's definitely a main crew, and then there's like when they open the portal, there's certain people who came through the portal who are sort of the main people they're interacting with from other universes. I am aware the portal basically opens up into other universes because that's something he told me about the project before he had finished it. So I'm aware that that's kind of the premise of the portal. So then we have a whole bunch of cameos on the cameo list. We'll go through this, the cameo list and the lyrics more during the Maximal React, and I'll go through this right now. Hasigma has failed. Oh, so Hasigma must have to do with Hassan, right? Is Hasigma the guy in the hood, or is he from a previous one? Hasigma has failed. The hunters are emboldened, but we aren't done. Okay, so no. So Hasigma is someone else. After the Maverick Hunters saved Able City from Hasigma's tyranny, CJ Penguin has used what remained of the wizard's magic to construct a portal bridge to the Skybros multiverse so that the hunters and repay the heroes who helped them. So apparently the Skybros heroes helped in the previous video at least, and we did see images of Grumpy Whiskers and Play Astronomical in the We Don't Care one that was on Fun with Phoenix's channel in the thumbnail. However, a new threat arises with the goal of destroying the portal and capturing CJ Penguin, with the revival of Cancel Pig, so that's his name, I guess, and new Mavericks to assist him. The Maverick Hunters stop them and save their friend. After 2 months of work switching from various AI models, learning new techniques, and experimenting, it is finally done. The sequel to Mavericks Detected is here, a sequel in more ways than one. The first chunk was made very soon after the first one. I think I improve dramatically as the video goes on. You definitely do. This video is for everyone in the Skybros community who has supported us since the original. We genuinely love you guys who pushed us further than we could have imagined. I hope you all enjoy. We always like shouting out and helping out other AI artists because there's a lot of hate on AI out there, and we definitely want to support each other so that we can make it through all of that. So anytime, brother. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our Maximal React now. This is a 7-minute long. This is going to be a long React video. So we're going to pick apart a little more at the words. If there's ever a point, I didn't do this with Gaming Syndicate's video, which is the last one I had in this recording session, because I didn't notice he had the lyrics until almost the end. But since I see that we have the lyrics here, anytime I'm unsure that the CC is giving me the correct words, I'm going to go down and double check it with the lyrics. Let's get started, shall we?
Get back here, you pineapple swinging bit!
So this must be Cancel Pig, I assume. And I'm guessing that someone swinging a pineapple ended up putting him in this state. Definitely looks like the side of a battle. A bunch of stuff is broken. This is an interesting... I'm going to point this out because I made this same mistake when I made my Lyrian... the Lyrian Tale video, where this kind of looks a little more two-dimensional. I can see some three-dimensional here on this, but like especially the face looks very two-dimensional. And when he swaps out over here, this looks very three-dimensional, like it's a big shift in style. And I made the same mistake, and Penny Bloomfield pointed it out to me when she reacted to my video. So I'm just pointing it out partially for my own reference. I've learned how to not do this, and I think Penguin's also learned how to not do this now. I wonder who this character is. So, because this is not a Sigma, so this has to be someone else. In the original Mega Man X games, Sigma is like the ultimate bad guy, more or less. He's always the one behind all the Mavericks. So I do recall that maybe there was an old Wily code or something, some remnant of what Proto Man used to be. Is it Proto Man? I want to say it's Proto Man. The red Mega Man in Mega Man X might not be Proto Man though. That might have a different name. But I know he shows up in the Mega Man Z games. He's the main character.
So, you have rebooted.
So you have, so this is just the lyrics, so it doesn't tell me this. This is obviously wrong. Slow, you are everything. This is not what he said. So like, so you have returned or something like that.
Where am I? Who even are you?
Bruh is so mad out the gate for no reason.
Sigma failed. The hunters are emboldened, but we are done.
So I take this to be a Maverick. What I'm unclear on, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, these Mavericks we're about to see, I don't know if they represent anyone in sort of the cancel culture leftist sphere. Because, see, like, I don't know who this would represent either, but this design looks like it's probably based off of a VTuber design of some kind. I don't know this one either. Again, I don't know if these designs point to particular characters. I could check the cameo list. No, I don't think so. Because none of these look like Asmon, and he's the first one on the list. I'm assuming that the cameo list is in order, but I don't know. Yeah, it was Skybros at the end, but I don't know for sure. So I'm assuming these are just unique to his universe.
Our next plan is about to be underway. You must stop them from building this portal and bring its creator to me.
So he doesn't want them to build a portal, and he wants Penguin. I would assume the storyline reason for that would be the portal gives them the opportunity to pull from other universes for help. He doesn't want them to be able to do that, but he does want Penguin, and he wants him alive, it sounds like. So I would wager he wants Penguin to build him a portal to allow him to do that from other universes and utilize that against the hunters. I see. That is Asmon Golden Powder. I did not catch that on my first watch through at all, but I now understand because he's got the cockroach helmet, and this is like the white-haired elf. So that's who this is Asmon Gold, and this is Powder. And then we have Phoenix, and we have fun with Phoenix. This is Hirako and me. I assume this is Hirako? Yeah, because he's the next one to appear. I don't know who Hirako is, by the way, and because it's in white text, it's not someone I could pull up, so I'm not sure who this is or where I would go to find out who it is. I assume this is a friend of Penguin and Phoenix. And here we can kind of see different universes out there. I'm not 100% sure if these are emblematic of anything. This kind of looks like Gaming Sin's universe. I don't know anyone who's raw sci-fi. This could be Banana Juju or someone similar. We do see Banana Juju pop up later. And this one could be any generic fantasy elf forest, so I don't really know. This one, I also really don't know. That's kind of a generic castle situation. I just noticed something. What is the situation with the clouds around Hunter Base? Is that like something they like operate off steam power and clouds sort of gather as a result of that? I think it's probably just a design choice to point that in this image, this is a very important location. But that's definitely not a natural thing, the Ring of Clouds. So I wonder if that has something to do with the technology. Penguin just tried to activate his portal. It worked for a second and then it failed. Of the coming storm, they set their sights like an insect swarm. Feel the rumble of the coming storm. They set their sights like an insect swarm. Eradication? I'm gonna open this and see if it's this guy. No, that's the elf girl. Okay. The elf girl I didn't recognize. Alright, so then I have to assume that this also is just like a random character from his universe. This face gives me beautiful Joe vibes. The way the sunglasses are and the face. But also the color scheme is very similar to Hyde Sinister or YSR. So that's why I was confused.
Meshed into a tangle of wires. The mood changes from peaceful to dire.
Something in a tangle of wires. What does it say? Minds meshed into a tangle of wires. The mood changes from peaceful to dire. You feel the rumble of the coming storm. They set their sights like an insect swarm. It's kind of generic. But this I like because it kind of calls to the idea of the internet hive mind and just like how people so easily just toe in line with one another and continue to say the same stuff over and over as though that will change reality.
They call for battle, they cry for war. No words can stop them, they will always crave more.
This is also true. Like this is a very political song. The way that he's talking about it, they call for battle, they call for war. We are seeing that in the real world right now. There's a lot of activists being very violent, and no matter how much you try to appease them, it's never good enough. You always have to be more pure, more of an ally, more okay with whatever's going on. You have to allow another thing and another thing and another thing. And it's really annoying, frankly. But this is true in the real world. It's also like this is his representation. The Mavericks, I take it, will always crave more destruction, always crave more power.
Power is the only language they speak.
Power is the only language they speak. That is also pretty true. This AI gen is not totally accurate, but you know, it happens to the best of us.
For help, but drowned out in me.
So this guy is also just generic because I don't think he gets another cameo in until these three, which are his main Skybros crew that comes in later. This guy kind of looks like a Transformer from the Transformers series.
No use for reason, just the
Bananas on rice is an interesting choice.
thrill of the fray.
No use for reason, just the thrill of the fray.
Blind charges echo through the digital sway.
Okay, so no ears for reason, just the thrill of the fray. Blind charges echo through the digital sway. They swing at phantoms, never hear the song, but we stand together where we belong. That's really poignant, actually. I don't even know that I can say anything to that. Like, it just really hits the nail on the head. Like, reason doesn't work. You can't use logic and reason to convince. Well, one of the main problems with the current political bent in the West is that the left side of politics thinks with their emotions primarily and not with logic. And there are times when the world operates on logic and emotion alone cannot get you through, cannot get you to where you need to be, and cannot function without the logic. And the left oftentimes depends on the emotional feelings of a thing and disregards the logic of it and refuses to listen when someone tries to tell them, hey, you know, your feelings are fine and all, but unfortunately this thing works this way, and no matter how you feel about it, it's always going to work that way because it's just the nature of reality. And these folks, I have to ask myself sometimes if they legitimately believe they can change reality with their feelings, because sometimes it definitely feels that way.
They swing at phantoms, never hear the song, but we
They got CJP captured now.
stand together where we belong. As the hate
We stand together where we belong, yeah.
is spewed and the clapbacks start, you may hurt our bodies, but never our hearts.
Oh, how I wish that was true for everybody. I really wish that was true for everybody. It's not, though. You can hurt our bodies, but not our hearts. That's very sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me kind of thing. I don't know if I can agree with that. I suppose it depends. You can't really hurt someone who's put up a wall and said nothing you say matters to me anymore. If you're at that state, then they can't really hurt your heart because you've already decided that nothing they say matters. But sometimes you'll find out someone you respect or view or watch has an opinion, or sometimes a very strong, very emotional, passionate opinion about something that is very different from your own, and very negative to something you felt was positive, or very positive to something you felt was negative, and that can hurt. Even though like they don't have any, there's no requirement that they have to believe like you believe or anything, and you shouldn't demand them to. But I would say for me, the most recent one of those is Chacha and her opinion on the whole AI VTuber situation. And it kind of hurt to see her just attacking that as though it was the core evil of everything happening in the VTuber sphere right now, when I genuinely don't think it is. In fact, the programmer in question wasn't even finished yet by the time she was making that video. But that did hurt, though. I really like Cha-Cha, so that did hurt.
Our dreams will shine against the dawn. Your dark desire shall be withdrawn.
Our dreams will shine against the dawn. Your dark desires shall be withdrawn. That, I think, is kind of like the hopeful of what we can do going forward. I know for me, for example, I am incredibly hopeful in the world of AI. I think that it's going to become a very standard tool that's in the toolbox of practically everybody, and I want to be a master at it by the time that happens. I want to be out here creating amazing things. I saw someone say recently, like, what you call AI art, my kids one day will just call art. And I think that's probably accurate. I don't think AI will take over in every single industry, but I think for sure in the art industry, it's got its place and it's not going anywhere. And I'm hoping with that, that allows me to maneuver myself into a position, if I could be blunt, frankly, where I'm making a lot more money and have a lot more personal power over my own life. I don't really have any interest in like doing things to people. I just kind of want to go off and do my own thing, and not really, ideally, my ideal would be I live in my space and live as I please, and everyone else can live in their own space and live as they please. But I do think that this lyric lends to that hopeful future of like, we're going to be able to rise up and defeat this darkness. We see this already in the culture war to some degree. The more logical thought processes are striking back. There's some dangers in what's happening right now on the right, but I'm still pretty hopeful that we won't swing too far.
We'll hold the line, though the night feels long. 'Cause friends like the dark when the fight feels wrong. Hearts connected,
Friends like, what does it say?
strong. We'll hold the line, though the night feels long. 'Cause friends like the dark when the
We'll hold the line though the night feels long, because friends like
fight
the dark
feels wrong.
when the fight feels wrong. Is that what the actual lyrics are? It is. Okay. We'll hold the line though the night feels long, because friends light the dark when the fight feels wrong. Okay. So here it said like the dark, and I was like, what could that mean? It's light the dark. That makes more sense.
Hearts connected, stronger than their storm. Even when we're beaten, battered, torn.
Hearts connected, stronger than the storm, even when we're beaten, battered, and torn. At the end of the day, there's a lot of like, make friends, work together with them. Language here is very, very wholesome. I'll be honest, this is my first time watching a video by him, but I kind of feel a little like warmth rising up in my neck and my cheeks, because like I haven't really seen it from this angle. Mega Man is such a nostalgic thing for me. I've never really dove super deep into it, but I remember playing Mega Man 7 when I was a really little kid and at my uncle's house, and I remember playing the Mega Man Z games, I want to say. It followed, I remember there was a plot point. The new bad guy was Awhile. You know what? I can't. It bothers me. I have to look this up. Open a new window. Just look this up. I want to say it's Proto Man, but I don't think that's correct. Zero. Yeah, so the Z was there, yeah. So that's who I'm thinking of. Zero. I'm the big dumb. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about earlier, was Zero was kind of where Sigma got the Maverick virus originally from. But there's a big sense here. Mega Man kind of has this in it inherently, that there's an idea that the Maverick Hunters are like a very tight-knit community of people who are fighting against this group that's just kind of gone psycho. In the Mega Man world, the Mavericks aren't really to blame for their psychosis. Most of them. Although I'm very sure that Sigma did it on purpose, and as a result, he's much more intelligent than the average Mavericks. But from what I gathered, the Mavericks at large have caught a virus that messes with their minds and causes them to see things in ways they didn't see them before in a very negative way, and they can't undo it. They can't stop being destructive. They can't stop seeking destruction because they're like being taken a hold of by a mind that isn't their own. So there are a lot of good parallels to the Mavericks in this video through that. But Mega Man has a lot of the same sort of friends together sort of thing. If you play the Mega Man Zero games, it's a lot of like the elves and the Mother Elf and CL. CL's a really tragic character where she tried to make something to fix her world, and that thing became the tyrant that destroyed it. And then when Zero revives, you basically have to go clean up her mess, and the entire time she's trying to get you to do it. I remember CL not being a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't emotionally connect with CL very much. I didn't think she showed a lot of remorse. There's kind of, to be fair, she is similar to me in a way where she clearly fucked up. She clearly made a mistake. And then she turned around and she's like, yeah, I know I made a mistake, but we have to fix it. And me crying over it is not going to help fix it. So just get in there and get it done. You know, remorse is for later. But I think a lot of people didn't really empathize. That's the word I was looking for. She's not a very empathetic character from what I remember. I do remember some fan-made versions of her being much more empathetic, where she had like deep, heavy remorse and PTSD from what she had done, and she truly was trying to help the world, and in trying to help it, she almost destroyed it. But yeah, so this, all of this, like the way this song is panning out, the way the characters are interacting with each other, it brings back a lot of nostalgia for me. It just feels very warm and very wholesome.
You rise for me and I'll rise for you. Even worlds apart, our bond shine true.
See, like that. You rise for me and I'll rise for you. Even worlds apart, our bonds shine through. Like, that's such wholesome language for what's going on. Like, they're fighting this fight. This is very like 90s Disney, everyone worked together to beat the bad guy kind of energy. I really feel like she's representative of someone. This person's definitely representative of just like general cancel culture, the LGBT stuff. That's why it's got all the rainbow. I don't know who this is emblematic of though. Maybe it's like the leftist VTuber sort of sphere, because she's like really cute but really violent. I have to point this out because it kind of... I've noticed in this isn't the first time this has happened.
We hold them
Too many
back,
clips.
but even still they will.
So here, this image... Well, aside from I just noticed this... But this image kind of makes it look like her and her are standing on the same side working together right now. I know that's not the intent because she's one of the Mavericks and she's one of the Hunters. But I've seen a couple other spots where the lyrics and the visuals kind of make it look like one of the Mavericks is being friendly with them for the moment. And I think that's just an artifact of the AI trying to put things together. And this is still pretty early in the video, so I think maybe he hadn't figured out some of the prompting language he needed for this yet, or maybe some of the workflow bits. But yeah, I've noticed that a couple of times. I was saying, what are these words? Bit by bit we hold them back, but even still they will attack. Duck and weave, try as we might, they manage to cloud our shining light. This is like their... I'm guessing this is like the 11th hour type situation.
Duck and weave, try as we might, they manage to cloud our shining light. Sparks are flying, our wings not clipped.
Sparks are flying, our wings not clipped? I'll make sure that's correct. Yes.
We blaze again, confidence barely chipped. If our strength isn't quite enough.
So he says, rise again, our confidence barely chipped. I kind of chipped. I vibe with that because I kind of have this underlying, for me, I have an underlying belief that what I'm doing and the tools I'm using to do it will become power I can utilize in the future, inevitably. So even if I stumble and fail now, it kind of doesn't matter. It's just me failing and learning to do better. And in the end, like within 5 to 10 years, I think that people like Penguin, people like Skybros, people like me, we are going to be on top of a new era of media, and it will not replace the current media. It will run alongside the current media for a while. It might replace it eventually. That kind of, I feel like I can't really predict that so much, but I do think it will definitely become its own world of media that runs in tandem to the current world of media, and it will stay that way for a long while. And so you will have two sides of media doing different things, and those of us who get good at using AI and creating animations like this will be the kings and queens of that media during its early phases in power and effect or influence. And in that regard, my thought process is just like, even if I'm not doing so hot right now, even if I fail at this or I fail at that, it kind of, I'm not bothered. My confidence is not removed. Like he said, your confidence is barely chipped. My confidence does not really suffer a hit to that because I so thoroughly believe that this is an inevitable future. And I just need to be part of it so that I can benefit off of that and help my family and my friends. So I vibe with that idea of confidence barely chipped.
We'll share the hurt with the ones we love.
And then he says, if our strength isn't enough, we'll share the hurt with the ones we love. And that's when we
They
see
never listen, just fuel their
our first cameos.
own fire, clawing at shadows, lifting the pyre.
So, okay, clawing at shadows, lifting the pyre. Let's go back a little bit.
Never listen, just fuel their own fire, clawing at shadows, lifting the pyre.
They never listen to fuel their own fire, clawing at shadows, lifting the pyre. Yeah, that's just, it's more like, if it isn't my ideology, then blah, 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 I can't hear you.
Yet here we are, circuits alive.
Oh, I don't think I caught that before. So this here, like this absolutely matches with his outfit and everything. But this girl shot out like these cosmic looking things, and he just absorbed them into this orb, and they effectively had no effect. And then you see her get all surprised by that. Like here, she looks surprised. She's like, what? Wait, my shit didn't work? And for those who don't know, the three that just came through the portal are... I'm gonna look at this again because... Ella Ray, okay. Eradication. So Ella Ray is the actual character's name, it looks like, and she does some reacts, it looks like here. I've never heard of her before, so I'm gonna go ahead and show this. Looks like she does some gaming. She does some reacts. She does some Culture War stuff. Yeah, go check her out. And then... we have Grumpy Whiskers and Play Astronomical. I haven't reacted to anything by Grumpy Whiskers yet, but he's another creator in the space. I think he mostly does AI music videos, right? Yeah, he mostly does AI music videos. I don't think I've ever seen him do like reacts or anything. He doesn't have a ton of videos on here, but I'd be willing to bet he just works really hard to create more stuff, and he's more concerned with the creation than with the reactions. I'm hoping to go that direction eventually. And then I think Play Astronomical needs no introduction personally, but here he is. His most recent video was Moving Shadows. Oh, maybe not. It says Heavy Storm World, Dark Anime Funk AIMV. This looks like it's probably either, I don't know. It's not showing me like a video. Like this one shows like a video when I go over it. This one does too, but these two do not. But he also made like No I'm Not Human and Quango Wars and the Skybros anime opening, which I haven't reacted to yet. But he's another big creator in the space. With this one, Moving Shadows, he worked directly with Skybros to make this one. But let's get back to Penguin.
Circuits aligned, loyalty burning, unconfirmed.
Did he just hit her in the face with a cosmic orb? Hold the hell up.
Loyalty burning, unconfirmed.
Yes, he did. What? He said he like took a whole universe and just slammed it in her face. That's crazy. Magic sword that curves. This is such an interesting pause. She looks kind of like a derpy American adult cartoon like Family Guy or The Simpsons in this shot. Just because of the way her body's turned, I don't think the AI quite got all the proportions right. But let's see. I want to go back and listen to this music.
On fire, clawing at shadows, lifting the pyre. Yet here we are, circuits aligned, loyalty burning, unconfirmed.
Here we are, circuits aligned, loyalty burning, unconfined. Yeah, like I definitely see that more people are moving into the space and realizing that it's going to move the way it's going to move, regardless of how people feel about it. Wait, what did that sword say? Is that the Master Sword? That looks like the Master Sword. It sure does look like the Master Sword. What do these words say? Is it just Elven script? I can't read it. I'm not sure what this is. The Legend of the Hero or something? I'm not sure. I'm genuinely curious. I'm assuming that the upgrades were given to this guy by the dude at the beginning. But what we see here is she stabs him. And when he gets stabbed, he upgrades. I'm not sure. This is the chorus, so it's the same words from earlier. That's why I'm not dipping into them. Your dark desire shall be withdrawn. We'll hold the line though the night feels long. 'Cause friends light the dark when the fight feels wrong. Hearts connected, stronger than the... So he seems pretty invincible right here. So I don't know. I guess there have been times where it feels like that. There was a time when leftist media ruled pretty much everything and you couldn't really do much about it. And until Elon bought X, you know, there wasn't really a place for people who disagreed with the hyper left to speak their mind. I mean, they still hold so much power over media and what you consume. Like even on YouTube, despite YouTube using AI to do more and more of the work that they need done to run the site, they will actively destroy AI artists like Penguin and myself. And I'm trying to remember the name of the guy. There's a guy, Penny Bloomfield actually mentioned him in a video not that long ago. A lot of his channel is destroyed because he's very open about his opinions, and the YouTube people do not want those opinions made public on their platform. So there's a lot of people who keep losing monetization. Nihilith is another one. He got called inauthentic and he lost monetization, and they keep coming up with more excuses to do that. My personal opinion is if you want YouTube as it used to be and you don't like the way YouTube is now as a viewer, please go to Rumble, because Rumble has a shot at becoming that. But right now people don't really want to give Rumble a chance because it's small. A lot of creators don't want to give Rumble a chance because it's small. You won't make any money off of it. But if we don't do something to move the eyeballs of people from YouTube to something else, YouTube's never going to feel a hit hard enough to understand that they can't keep doing this to people. You have to hit their pocketbook. You have to. It is a necessity. I'm not asking you to do this because I'd really like to make money off Rumble. I'm asking you to do this because if we don't make a collective effort to do so, YouTube will never stop the BS they're doing. But this is what this sort of powered up invincible, what do they call it, cancel pig, makes me think of. So he's out of the orb now? Did we see when that happened? Who is this? Is that actually Maria? No! That must be little Dove, because she has an angel form too. She looks a lot in this image. She looks a lot like Maria Grace, but she doesn't have the horns. That's why I was wondering. Not forgotten. One hand pulls you up. What but not forgotten? One hand pulls you up? Fallen but not forgotten. Yeah. Through the static and the light. Was that leaflet there at the start? Yeah, so that's the first one, right? Because I could kind of pull back a little bit. Yeah, leaflet's the first one. So you have leaflet. And then this looks like a wild Iraqi. Am I right about that? H.A.I. Lander. I don't know that one, so let's take a look. Is that... Okay, so it is a wild Iraqi under a new name, it looks like. Yeah, it is. it is a wild Iraqi. I was correct about that. So I guess he's going by a new name. I think he did mention something about that before, going by a new name. I think maybe in this one, Ascend, he did that. But yeah, so this is, man, I want to make a joke. I don't know if it's insensitive or not. The artist formerly known as a wild Iraqi. But yeah, so this is the same guy, Highlander. Okay. And then this is Banana Juju.
We shine brighter, together we fly.
Okay, so what was the full here? Fallen but not forgotten, one hand pulls you up. Through the static and the lies, we shine brighter, together we fly. We will shine brighter if we work together. And of course, my boy gets the blue armor, like the Mega Man himself. I love this Super Saiyan aura and like the Super Saiyan hair thing he's got going on here. His eyes changed color. They're not red anymore. They're yellow now. I like that for his big fight sequences, he mostly doesn't have words going on for a lot of them. Some of them he has words going on. I'm kind of like going back and forth to make sure I get the visuals and the words. But like for this, it's all visual, no words. So it's easier to sort of react and look at the various things going on. Like I said earlier, I think his powers are like not ice, but crystals. But they do have sort of an ice flair to them, like the coloring. Oh, was her eyes going white? Like her getting knocked out? I did not catch that before.
Hate deflected, bodies restored. Our hearts keep pumping, they won't be ignored.
Hate deflected, bodies restored. Our hearts keep pumping, they won't be ignored. So, what I'm curious here is this a person or just someone? Penny Bloomfield. Okay, no. So these aren't cameos. They're characters in his universe. I'm curious about that because it's like he just popped these folks out of his crystal power. Are they like, is this like a kid and her pet? I'm curious if this is like, if CJP maybe is a father and this is emblematic of his daughter. Otherwise, I don't really know. It's very cute though.
Ideas abound. You can't stop our progress, our truth, our sound.
Oh my god, the irony of that word, of those words. You can't stop our progress. They're the progressives. They're the ones who said the march of progress can't be stopped for over a decade, probably multiple decades they said that. Damn, you threw their words right back down their throat, dog. That's crazy. Our truth. That's another thing they would say, like, I'm telling my truth. Can't stop our progress, our truth. You threw that right back down their throats. Crazy work, man.
Hold the line, turn the battle around. Friends by your side, lift you off the ground.
Said we'll turn the battle around. Friends by your side, we'll hold our ground. I'm curious who this is. Because earlier we just saw this and this. The L, I'm not sure what the L stands for. It's like completely crystalline beings. The pet character looks more humanoid now, and I don't know what's going on with this character.
The ground, hearts connected, unbreakable flame. Even in the chaos, we call your name. You rise for me, and I'll rise for you. Hunters.
Okay. That's me, obviously. But before me, we have Penny Bloomfield. Penny Bloomfield was the one who kind of facilitated getting them out into the grander Skybros audience, so pushed them forward a lot. So it makes sense that she's here. I'm looking forward to see more what Phoenix and Penguin make together. And then also Penny Bloomfield does like, she's kind of like the historian. She does react videos that she talks a lot about what's going on in the community and where things started, where things came from. Recently, she put, I think earlier today, she put out a post and she said there was some pretty bad stuff happening in her real life. Has nothing to do with the community or anything. It's completely real life stuff. She's not comfortable sharing it, but she may not be able to do as many reacts. And so I'd like to ask that folks send words of encouragement and prayers her way because she really needs the help right now. And of course, back to the video. This is me. I'm the one who did the react to Play Astronomical, I guess. Got them in front of Penny, and then Penny boosted them from there. And then This one is Rena by the Obsidian Elf. This sounds familiar. Oh, the Obsidian Elf. I have never heard of this. This is like a whole different style of... Look at these thumbnails. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. This is a whole new world of imagery, at least within the context of the Skybros, AI Bros community. Was this the wizard that helped in the previous? Maybe he was. Looks like he does music. Did a lot of music. It looks like it's like music from, I'm seeing like Malawi, Lithuania, Songs of the World, Syria, Brunei. Oh, this is really interesting. I'm gonna have to check this out later, actually. You made this many videos in 3 days? Good God. 11 minutes ago, while we were reacting to this. This one was while we were reacting to this. This one was while we were reacting to this. That's crazy. I'm guessing he's just putting music compilations together mostly, but he does do some work of his own. That's crazy. I'm really going to have to check this out later. This looks very interesting. So that's Rena. That's who this is. It's a character that guy made. And then this guy is PNU 1138. Okay. He's just got a bunch of playlists, but Phoenix Wrong. That sounds interesting. All right. Don't know anything about this guy. So I guess this is probably another close friend of the creators. Okay. And this looks similar to Grumpy Whiskers. Is in fact Elson Yeager. Ooh. Are these look like they're primarily just music with an image in the background. But might be worth looking into. I don't know what they sound like yet, but we'll see. And this guy is Phantom GB. Oh, he already did a reaction to this one. Independence Isn't Just a Day. Blood Rain versus the AI Police. Who cares? Looks like he's doing some reacts, but it also looks like he's got some AI music videos he's doing. He did reacts to the Skybros Kill a Kill video. Another Life. 1,000 subs. I'll get there one day. Sounds like someone worth taking a look at. Go check him out. Pupperfish. Now I know Pupperfish. I don't know if he does Pupperfish Pat. Does he do videos? Because if so, I haven't reacted to any of his yet. It does look like he does some AI music videos of his own, but this kind of looks like he's reacting to others mostly. Yeah, he's doing a lot of, it looks like react. That's okay, I do a lot of reacts. I'll get a music video out here one day when I can afford Suno. Suno's not that expensive, I just haven't justified it yet.
Our dreams break through.
Said Hunters Forever, our dreams break through. Let's see. Even in the chaos, we call your name. You rise for me, I'll rise for you. Hunters Forever, our dreams break through. Yeah, it's just more of that, like, even when we're down, like, as long as we come together, help each other back up, work on it ourselves and each other, in the end, we're gonna be victorious. Exhausted Penguin. So I was right. This is like, what do they call them in Mega Man? Not Mavericks. It's what turns into... Mavericks are like a subgroup. They don't call them androids. Reploids. This is like a Reploid Skybros. And we have little Devile. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Little Devil AI. And now the battle's over. I'm not sure how the eyes are still glowing and whatnot. This almost looks like it's still alive.
So even with your upgrades, you still failed. Worthless.
Looks like he has the ability to like cause things to rot. Very Shigaraki of him. I'm really curious who this is because we've got this purple suit situation going on here. I wonder if this is emblematic of something, and I just don't know because I haven't seen the previous videos.
Oh. Perhaps you weren't completely useless after all.
To be continued. Hell yeah, brother. I can't wait to see where this story goes. Very interesting. This fight with the cancel culture, integrating more with the Skybros universe. My first music video that I'm working on also has a vibe to it like that, where it's like I was kind of floating alone and I got pulled into all of this. So similar vibe. This was really long, but also really creative. Like you did a lot of fight scenes. You did a lot of like, I'm very curious how much of this was done with Seed Dance and how much was done with Vidu. Because some of those looked like Sea Dance fight scenes. But I am curious. This seems like really interesting. The lore of it, as well as like the political discussion throughout it, and just the really, really hopeful energy. Like, this guy shows a lot of like people failing, people falling, but in the end it's got this really like something I don't think I've seen a lot of media have since I was a kid. This sort of like kind of inevitable that as long as you have your friends and you work together, you can defeat anyone. That sort of like attitude. It's very like old video game, old TV show vibe to it. I really, really like it. Man, it's I still can't get over fucking Sigma. Cancel Pig, Sigma. You gotta give names to the other Mavericks, my guy. We gotta find out who they are. We gotta get those are pretty solid names, Sigma and Cancel Pig, so it would be fun to see what some of the other ones are. I don't know, like the Ally or something. I don't know. It'd be an interesting one. Anyway, I think I've said about all I want to say. I'm an hour and 20 minutes in. This is longer than normal, but not like my last video, so it'll be, well, my Itsunero video. It might not be my last video when I put this up. But yeah, I think I've said most of what I want to say. This was really, really good, Penguin. I liked it a lot. It was really great. I'm gonna have to watch the other two so I can catch up. I guess that's it. My curious scholars. Till next time. Bye-bye.